I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. Guys, this is a big deal posted today. This was sent to me by like 58 people this morning. It is still 9 a.m. here in the morning, and new COVID stimulus bill in Congress creates U.S. digital dollar. Let me repeat this for you guys. Sorry, I just woke up. New COVID stimulus bill in Congress creates U.S. digital dollar. So now we're going digital. This is posted by Forbes. So I don't know how much fake news you can get more out of that, but this is Forbes that's posting this. As the markets continue to drop and the U.S. looks to Congress for agreement on massive stimulus package to have the economy from impacts of the COVID pandemic, the newest offer by the House of Democrats includes a very forward-looking kind of stimulus, the creation of a digital dollar, and the establishment of digital dollar wallets in what will send a shockwave through the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry, particularly for those following central bank digital currencies around the world. This signals the U.S. is serious in establishing infrastructure for a central bank digital currency. Both Speakers Pelosi take responsibility for Workers and Families Act and the financial protections and assistance for Americans, consumers, states, business, and vulnerable populations Act, HR. It's the HR 6321, introducing by Chairwoman Maxine Waters of the Financial Services Committee, introduced these concepts today in a way of delivering an economic stimulus payout to U.S. citizens. So there's lots of jargon in there, and it's basically saying, well, what they're trying to say is like, if you want to get stimulus or you want to, families want to get relief, the digital way is the way to get it done. So they're kind of underlying it through another way. We've been mailing out checks to each other since millennia now. We've been sending each other's IOUs to each other since millennia, and going digital won't solve this crisis. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to take a lot of our freedoms away. A lot of freedoms that we hold sacred today, which we will find that hinder a lot more. We hinder a lot more of a loss as free individuals than we ever would with the new act that's being put in place. We lose a lot more. Humanity loses a lot more. The bill establishes a digital dollar, which it defines as a balance of expressed as a dollar value consisting of digital ledger entries that are recorded as liabilities in accounts of any Federal Reserve Bank or an electronic unit of valuable, redeemable by eligible financial institution as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Additional digital dollar wallet is identified as a digital wallet account maintained by Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person that represents holdings in an electric device or service that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to digital or physical identity. So what's going to happen is it's a trackable way of seeing every transaction that you make or have made or will make. And it will set algorithms to actually predict where you'll be spending money and where and how much. And this is taken away from a lot of the freedoms that we have. If we're allowed to if we're allowed to have this digital wallet thing, and also have cash and checks and balances and all that other stuff, then there's no way of stopping the electronic beast. There's no way of stopping the anaconda of the digital currency mandate that's being pushed through. But because we are all moving digitally, but the problem I have with this is it's going to be taken away. It's going to be taken away from we're going to be losing so much more than what we're going to receive as a benefit from this. A mandate also requires all member banks established to pass through a digital dollar wallet to all customers eligible for the stimulus. So now They're specifically targeting people for stimulus now. So if you're going to get some sort of support or stimulus, there's now a new wallet in place. And if you want to get the stimulus, you need to have this digital wallet in place, right? Member banks include those banks that are members of the Federal Reserve and regulated by the Fed. Additionally, non-member state banks, those that not members of the Federal Reserve and regulated by the FDIC, could opt in offer to pass through digital dollar wallets as well. Yeah. So they're going to opt it in through the FDIC regulations. The Federal Reserve Bank themselves would also make available a digital dollar wallet to the U.S. person eligible for payments as well. Additionally, the U.S. Postal Service would aim to help unbanked individuals and or those without proper ID to establish their identity be provided a digital dollar account, and would set up ATMs for customers across access their funds. So basically, they're going to set up specific ATMs for people to access their funds. So what does that mean? Does it mean that you have your digital wallet, you got paid, go over to the machine and get your digital print on your phone? Or does this mean that you could go with your digital wallet and take out cash, right? So according to this, this is telling me that it is a way to access funds too. Would set up ATMs for customers to access their funds. So that is somewhat of a relief, in a way. It's somewhat of a relief, but the nightmare ain't over. Public interest groups weigh in. Daniel, founder of the fintech advisory firm of Gattaca Horizons and former Chief Initiative Officer GFTC, as well as the founding director of Digital Dollar Project, stated to Forbes, it is worth exploring, testing, and piloting a true US dollar CBDC and broader digital infrastructure in order to improve our future capabilities and resiliency. And it is also important that this effort not delay the government from deploying critical emergency funds using existing channels during this crisis. Like checks, digital deposits into your bank accounts. There's lots of ways to distribute money, right? While the crisis underscores the importance of upgrading our financial infrastructure, broadly implementing the CBDC will require time and thoughtful coordination between the government and private sector stakeholders. Carmel Candid, founder and CEO of EMTECH, a modern central bank technology and services company, is a technology provider in the world's first live retail CBDC with the Central Bank of Bahamas, called the Sand Dollar. She has recently started a new initiative in the U.S. called Project New Dawn to ensure the unbanked and underbanked receive economy stimulus payments, pointing to the FDIC report in 2017 that identified 63 million people that are unbanked and underbanked in the U.S., she notes. So there's 63 million people that don't have bank accounts, or people that don't want to deal with banks, right? So they want to put everyone on the system, right? If checks are the form of payment, the stimulus is not going to reach many of them. That would approximately $100 billion in underutilized stimulus for lower income households. So that what they're afraid of is people that don't have bank accounts that receive a check won't be able to cash their check. I think there's places called money marts and all kinds of those places, but this is becoming very, very, very sketchy. It's becoming very dangerous, and it's infringing on everything that we hold sacred, guys. Let's look this up here real quick here. Project New Dawn. Let's look this up here real quick. projectu.info. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the banking sector. So it's basically saying exactly what that just said. Project Udon, more than just a bed for the night. This is something else. It's kind of weird that nothing's coming up on this. Interesting. All right, guys. I'll look into more Project Udon. I just really, I'm just very disappointed. Very disappointed where this is headed, and they're using Covey basically as a way to take private property. I read the article on my channel. It's on my channel here. Let me see what I got open here. It's my channel. I read it here. It's even under my top watched videos, believe it or not, where basically in Illinois they're passing a law basically to take someone's private property. And this is really disappointing that stuff like this is even being thought of, right? Anyways, guys, negative interest rates. Yeah, this is a way to implement negative interest rates when the time is needed. This is a way to stop runoffs on bank accounts. Yes, people will put that in the comments. Yes, going digital will be hard for you and then when transferring your digital currency into gold and silver, it's going to become harder. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm kind of lost for words right now. Continue the conversation below. I'll be reading the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.